In the late 14th century, the city of Florence was a paradox. It was the cultural and financial heart of Europe, a republic. Gold florins, the Medici Bank would not give him a loan. Instead, it would give him a bill of exchange, a piece of paper. The merchant would travel to London, present that paper to the Medici branch there, and receive had not. In Florence, wealth this vast could not be hidden. It had to be defended. And the only true defense For the next 30 years, Cosimo was the de facto king of Florence, all while holding no official title. He perfected the art of ruling from the shadows. He never held high office, but he ensured the government, the signoria, was filled with men who owed him money. He controlled every vote. He controlled all foreign policy. He had turned the republic into a puppet state. But this presented a problem. He was a political boss. Filippo Brunelleschi, and gave him the funds to build the largest dome since ancient Rome. When it was complete, it wasn't just a church, it was a symbol of Florentine genius and
by investing it in public beauty, and in doing so had bound his family's name to the very idea of
the host. As the bells rang, the assassins struck. Two men attacked Lorenzo. He was wounded in the neck, but his sword-fighting skills allowed him to parry the blows, wrap his cloak around his arm, and fight his way through the crowd. He escaped into the sacristy, bolting the heavy bronze doors behind him. His brother, Giuliano, was not so lucky. He was cornered by the Pazzi conspirators and stabbed 19 times. He died on the marble floor of the cathedral, his blood pooling beneath Brunelleschi's dome. The Pazzi conspirators then ran through the streets, crying "Libertà! Libertà! Liberty! Liberty!" expecting the people of Florence to rise up and join them. They had catastrophically misjudged the city. The people of Florence heard that a Medici had been murdered. They didn't see a liberator, they saw their beloved patrons, the family of Pater Patriae, attacked. An enraged mob surged through the city, hunting the conspirators. The liberation turned into a lynching. One of the Pazzi was dragged from his hiding place, naked and torn to pieces. The Archbishop of Pisa, also in on the plot, was captured. The mob, in their fury, hanged him from the windows of the Palazzo Vecchio, his archbishop's robes flapping in the wind. Lorenzo emerged from the sacristy not as a victim, but as the undisputed master of Florence. The failed coup had been a gift. It exposed all his enemies and gave him the popular mandate to do what his grandfather, Cosimo, never dared, to rule openly. He systematically hunted down and destroyed every remaining member of the Pazzi family. He seized their property, erased their name from public records, and declared them enemies of the state forever. Lorenzo il Magnifico was now an absolute ruler, a prince in all but name. and he would use his power to usher in the High Renaissance. Lorenzo's court became the cultural capital of the world. He understood that art was not just decoration, it was propaganda. It was a tool of state. He wasn't just a patron, he was a talent scout. He discovered a teenage prodigy named Michelangelo and brought him into the Medici palace, raising him alongside his own sons. He supported Botticelli, In 1513, their gamble paid off. Lorenzo the Magnificent's second son, Giovanni, was elected Pope Leo X. A Medici was now pope. His first words upon his election are famous. "God has given us the papacy. Now let us enjoy it." Leo X was a Medici to his core. He lived lavishly and became the greatest art patron in Rome, continuing his father's legacy. He employed Raphael to paint the Vatican. But there was one project he desired above all: the magnificent, impossibly expensive rebuilding of redraw the map of Europe and lead to centuries of war was triggered not by a king or a prophet, but by a Florentine banking family trying to finance an art project. The Medici would eventually regain control of Florence. They would abandon banking and become hereditary dukes, producing two queens of France, but their true legacy was already written. They were the godfathers of the Renaissance, funding the art that would define Western civilization. But in their final, ultimate act of financial hubris, this family of God's bankers inadvertently broke the very church that had given them their power. The Medici had climbed from merchants to bankers, from bankers to political bosses, from political bosses to popes, and from the very pinnacle of their power, they set the world on fire. So what is the true legacy of the Medici? Were they enlightened patrons who gave us the Renaissance? Or a ruthless dynasty that bought their way to power and fractured the Christian world? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, thank you for watching.